The Stoics believed that words reveal character, not what a man says about himself, but what he says when life gets hard. Here are 5 phrases that losers say, and what a Stoic would say instead. Phrase 1. It's not fair. The loser looks at the world and demands it to be just. He waits for fairness like it's owed to him. Marcus Aurelius didn't wait. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." The Stoic doesn't ask if life is fair. He asks, what can I do with what I've been given? Phrase 2. It's not my fault. This one is comfortable. Blame the economy. Blame your parents. Blame the system. Epictetus was born a slave, literally owned by another man, and he never blamed his chains for his mind. The moment you stop owning your choices, you hand your power to someone else. Every time. Phrase 3. I'll start when the time is right. The Stoics had a word for this kind of delay. It was called cowardice dressed in patience. Seneca wrote that we suffer more in imagination than in reality. The perfect moment is a myth men tell themselves to avoid the discomfort of beginning. The Stoic starts imperfectly. Now, phrase 4. Nobody respects me. Respect isn't demanded. It's cultivated through discipline and action over time. If you're waiting for the world to notice you, you've confused attention with worth. Cato walked through Rome in unusual clothes and let people stare. He didn't need their approval. His identity wasn't built on their opinion. Yours shouldn't be either. Phrase 5. I could have been great, but... This is the most dangerous phrase of all. The but that follows is always an excuse. Always. The Stoics believed that a man's greatness lives in how he responds, not in what he was handed. The man who says, I could have been, already decided he won't be. Words are rehearsals for action. Speak like a man who takes responsibility, and eventually you'll have no choice but to become one. But let's go deeper. Because these 5 phrases are just symptoms. The real disease is something the Stoics identified long before modern psychology gave it a name. It's the refusal to be the author of your own life. The loser doesn't just say these things. He believes them. He has built an entire identity around the idea that the world is the problem. And here's what makes it so dangerous. That identity is comfortable. It requires nothing. It protects the ego. If the world is to blame, then you never have to change. You never have to face the hardest question a man can ask himself. What if I am the obstacle? Marcus Aurelius asked himself this question every single morning. Not as self-punishment, as discipline. He called it the practice of examining one's own ruling faculty, the part of you that decides how to interpret what happens to you. Because between every event and your reaction, there is a space. And in that space lives your freedom. The loser fills that space with excuses. The Stoic fills it with choice. There's another thing worth saying about these phrases. They are contagious. Spend enough time around men who speak this way, and you'll start to think this way. The Stoics understood the environment of the mind. Epictetus warned his students not to spend too much time with people who complain, not out of arrogance, but out of self-preservation. You become the average of the conversations you allow into your head. So ask yourself honestly, whose voice are you carrying around? Is it yours, or is it the accumulated complaints of people who gave up and called it wisdom? Stoicism was never about suppressing emotion or pretending life is easy. It was about refusing to let difficulty become your excuse. The philosophy was born in hardship. Zeno of Citium started studying philosophy after losing everything in a shipwreck. He didn't call it unfair. He called it a shortcut. That reframe, that simple, radical shift in how you interpret misfortune, is the entire game. Not positive thinking, not denial, but the disciplined refusal to let circumstances write your story for you. The man you want to become is already decided by the words you use today. Language shapes thought. Thought shapes action. Action shapes character. And character, as the Stoics would tell you, is the only thing that was ever truly yours to begin with. So choose your words like you choose your battles, with intention, with ownership, with the quiet certainty of a man who has decided that his life is his responsibility, and his alone.